So the Joker has some funny kills, like he took the judge's like gavel, a comically sized gavel, right? Like that looks like one like a crochet like bat or something, and he beats the judge with it. But you know, it didn't happen in real life like that. That's just like a fantasy he's having. Same thing happens in that same sequence with Harvey Dent. Like the district attorney, he just sort of picks up a stool and wallops this fool right in the back. I like pro wrestling and everything and chair shots, but that stool shot would break your back. And an explosion happens. Now you're like, well, is this fantasy, reality? Multiple dead bodies here. And you're like, well, how the hell they gonna pull this off? Because this is how he actually escapes. Like some dudes dressed up as clowns car bombed the place and he was able to sneak out. And one of them got hit by a car. I mean, that's a nice like car bump. I mean, maybe that guy lived, maybe broke a hip. And I think at one point, Lee or Harley, whatever, I think she's going by Lee mostly in this movie, possibly shoots Joker dead. He seems like he's just Arthur this whole time. And super skinny again, like gross skinny. I was like, damn, dude, what's wrong with your shoulders? Weird sort of bones popping out. And it's supposed to be a lot of musical numbers. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix already knows how to sing from his Johnny Cash movie. How does he meet Lady Gaga? Apparently, they intertwined the genders inside of this prison. And I'm like, no, they don't. Maybe they do. I don't know. And maybe in Arkham they do. But he sees her, and she does the same, like, oh, shoot myself in the head thing, like the other girl did. So you're like, oh, yeah, she's totally made up, right? I was expecting him to just be like, oh yeah, he's talking to nobody there, but they never revealed that she's real or she might be a guy, and he's just like, all right, well, you're close enough to a woman. They never go like, hey, Arthur, who you talking to? Like, nobody. Like, so, yeah. And the lawyer sees her, too, so I guess this whole thing's legit, and he actually got himself a girlfriend. But then that's when all the bad stuff sort of happens, and you're like, well, did she really start this fire? He definitely got caught for it, so he smooched her a little bit, and they ran outside, and danced, and have hardly tried to escape. They were outside a whole bunch of cars. They could just hotwired a car or stole a car or punched the ignition or something like that. After that, these guards really didn't like Arthur after that. Well, they were always little pricks, but I gotta guess, man, that's how prison is. They threw him in a hole. They let him get wet by the rain. He had an interview with like a big channel news guy, and he actually broke into song on TV, live TV. And Lady Gaga was watching that on the outside because she was full of shit. She wasn't even that crazy. She's self-committed. She lived on the Upper West Side. Her dad's a doctor. So she was just a crazy fan, and she finessed her way into his jail cell and had sex with him, just like how crazy girls do, dude, are very forward. And then, the sex scene was funny. He was sort of not moving at all. He almost acted like he was a virgin. They visited him and told him she's pregnant. Like, bullshit on that too. You can't get pregnant just off of one time. Or she lied about everything else. Why wouldn't she make up a fake pregnancy? That's like one of the first things crazy girls do, dude. That's Crazy Girl 101. He still has that like brain damage, uncontrollable laugh, and now it's his court date. That's when I guess he's like daydreaming, he's in this whole clown getup and kills the judge with that little like gavel bat thingy that he has. And he also beat the hell out of Harvey Dent as well with the stool. So at least like 2 imaginary kills right there. And even Lady Gaga or Lee's there, and she does that whole like takes some of his blood and makes a smile face out of it. He's also very crazy. The court doesn't believe him, so he also fires his attorney and acts as his own attorney, something like what Ted Bundy did. So he was allowed to wear the clown makeup. Guards at the prison don't like that. So the guards being asshole guards, like, beat the shit out of him daily. They were doing that anyways. He also talks shit, like these fat security guards over at my prison, and the midget guy from the very first one takes the testimony stand. Remember, he let that little guy go, and it's probably one of the best scenes of the whole movie. And you're like, oh yeah, this is just like an epilogue to the very first one. Then crazy shit starts to happen, like that explosion, and I guess it was a car bomb with those dudes, the clown makeup guys, like, hey dude, we're busting you out. But then Arthur sort of went like, no dude, I'm not ready for that. Runs all the way up to like the Hell's Kitchen stairs to try to meet with Gaga or Lee, and they have a couple of musical sequences, and she also goes like, you're not the real Joker, you're just Arthur now. Oh, okay, I guess we're breaking up. So he gets caught and arrested all over again, thrown in jail. She breaks up with him, and then one of these like fantasy musical numbers, she shoots him. But I guess he's still alive. He's in prison, and they go, hey, you got a visitor. And on his way to see that visitor, another prisoner stabs him to death. Just like what happened with Dahmer, killed by another inmate. So you're like, wait a minute, this version of Joker never even meets or battles Batman? How does that make sense?